Hi, what's up guys? Welcome to Jules T channel, and today we're going to tackle a topic on how to handle an incompetent boss. What are the signs of incompetent bosses? Bosses who are indecisive. You have option A, option B, option C, and the boss could not decide it's A, B or C, and flips between A and tomorrow he says it's C. The team is really confused, a lot of time wasting when you have decided and then you change your mind, you keep revising your strategies and tactics. It's really very taxing on the team. The second thing is poor planning skills. They don't know how to distribute the work across the organizations. For team members who are really effective, they will load piles of work for them, and teams who are not effective, they won't load so much work on them, and you can see an unfair distribution of work. The third thing is lack of direction, meaning that you know there's an event coming up, but your boss doesn't know how to plan towards it. He doesn't know which teams he needs to strategize to work together so that the team can move together as a group to achieve that goal. He's so lost because he hasn't gone through these experiences before. But you, on the other hand, know what needs to be done and what should you do if you know the answers and your boss doesn't. The next sign of incompetent boss is the lack of effective communication skills. They don't know how to articulate their visions and goals. The team doesn't know where they are going. It's like a captain taking the ship into a fog where there's no direction and the compass is just spinning and the ship is going nowhere. They don't know when to drop the sails so that the ship can go in the right direction. That is kind of frustrating, especially for the team where they don't know where the future is. So what happens if you're in such organizations? The first thing is to offer your support to solve their incompetencies. The first thing you must do is to assure your boss that you've got their back. For those things that they don't know, try to come in and support them, give them the right information they need so that they can move forward. Instead of patronizing them, making them feel like a fool, I think it's better for you to show that you're indispensable. You are able to support them. I've prepared this for you to move on. Then they will feel that you're part of the team and it makes it easier for the team to move forward. If your boss is disorganized, they cannot allocate the job properly, unequal work distributions, you can ask, is there a work allocation list available? Maybe I can take a look and help out. That way you actually being proactive to help your boss to cover the gaps that he did not see. Second thing is to seek career guidance from a mentor. So since your boss is not able to lead you, you can get advice for people who are senior, somebody who is experienced in this line, a coach basically. A coach is a person who is able to guide you how to navigate in your career. But the coach is not a person to tell you technically what you need to do. A coach will guide you and motivate you so that you can strategize how you can move forward. And that is very important, especially if you see a basketball coach. He doesn't play, but he knows how to strategize the team to play so that they can win the goal. And in the event that you need technical help and your boss is not able to help you, perhaps you can ask him where you can source help for technical advice, so he can guide you to the right place to get that information for you to proceed with your work. Tip number 3 is to lead up. You know that your boss cannot do certain things or is incapable of doing certain things. So what your task is to fill up the gaps, the holes. Recognize your boss is not able to fulfill the mission. That gives you a lot of opportunities for you to step up. Focus on what's best for the organization. Let's say you have a task that you need to accomplish, but you cannot do it because certain teams are not giving you the information and your boss is not helping to push that team to give you that information you need. So what you can do is to be proactive. That means you reach out to the other team and coordinate to ensure that the team is able to deliver what you need. The boss will see you as somebody who is proactive, able to move on your own without requiring a lot of assistance from him. Then you find yourself as an informal leader of the team. People build their trust in you, people depend on you. You build a leader in yourself. Tip number 4 is make your boss look good. Don't let him feel intimidated by you. So if you want your boss to be by your side to support you, you need to build great rapport with your boss. Don't make him feel that he's threatened by your position. Instead, look for opportunities to make your boss shine. So whenever your boss's boss is here, tell good things, positive things, no matter how minor, great things he have done so that he can shine. The senior leaders are not expecting anything from you, but when you say that, you actually make an impact to your boss's career, and it makes you look good too. Tip number 5 is to be self-sufficient. Decide upfront that you are competent, you are able to stand up on your own. If you don't get what you need from your boss, then perhaps you want to go to a certain direction and you need his blessings. So my suggestion is to come up with a few options, option A, B, and C, and tell your boss, hey, these are the 3 options, and I think option 3 is the best way to move ahead. Do you agree? And get his buy-in so that he feels that he's part of that decision making. He feels that he's also part of the work that is going. He feels he's included. You are influencing his decision before he can even come in and mess around with everything you have prepared. So what if your boss is just not competent and downright horrible? I have met bosses like that before. Bosses who scream, who shout, who throw things. Sometimes it's really beyond your control. But what you can do is control your own emotions and your own responses. So I think the best thing is to make them feel secure. Sometimes they behave like that because they feel that they are not confident enough. So thank them for their support, their inputs, their advice, no matter how small and minimal it is. Accept that they feel insecure, they need to feel like a boss. You must be positive about your work. And what you need to avoid is to complain about your boss to your friends, your colleagues, complain to the upper management, complain to your boss's boss. That is a sure way to get backfired, because usually the boss's boss are people who actually hired your boss, and you are challenging the decision of hiring your boss. You are usually at a disadvantage because your boss will always naturally side to your boss. Understand that unless your boss is doing something that is a fraud, not aligned with company values, then those are the things that you should highlight to your boss or to HR, like taking bribes. And going to HR, I would not recommend you to do that, because HR would be geared towards the senior management. They would support their senior management rather than supporting you. And whatever you complain to them, they might reveal it to your manager, and I think that would definitely backfire on you. And if it really comes to a point that there's really no option, you feel so upset in your job working with him, my advice is to look for another job or another organization. So that is how you would deal with an incompetent boss. So just a recap of how you should deal with your incompetent boss. Number 1 is to offer support to solve their incompetencies. Number 2 is to seek career guidance from a mentor, a coach. And number 3 is to leap up. That means you guide and fill up the gaps that you see your boss cannot do. And then number 4 is to make your boss look good. Don't make him feel intimidated by your approach. Make him feel comfortable so that he's on your side. And number 5, be self-sufficient, be proactive, find your own solutions. And never complain to your boss's boss, and not to HR if possible, unless it's something of a disciplinary issue. So I hope this sharing is very useful to you, and I'll see you in my next video.